Right, exactly.
Cover the whole fight.
And she can attack Raider from the other side as well. So
Yeah.
it's not like she's going to be missing out on the damage, but she basically has 100% guaranteed safety unless you're going to commit someone to like hop over the wall and get her.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, they could send, if they have vision, maybe Shazam could go out. They would have to maybe waste an ultimate to get to her, but would they really leave the Raider to shut her down, maybe?
Don't know. It's going to be a really tough one here.
Well,
we might even see 2-on-1s. Maybe a couple 2-on-1s.
Yeah.
We saw it earlier on with Faculty versus Dignitas. You know, if you were to pair Green Arrow and Arcane Green Lantern up against Mecha Wonder Woman and Robin, obviously Robin and Arcane Green Lantern both melee supports, so it's not like you can harass from range, but they both have decent CC in terms of you could disengage from Robin, you have a decent stun out of Arcane Green Lantern, so it makes it very safe for your marksman to last hit with.
I think it's important to note that Robin won't probably get aggressive at all, maybe until he's 6. Because once he's 6, then he can make impacts in the team. He can throw members of Na'Vi in the right direction because Dark is very, very skillful player.
Very true. And here we go, guys. Grand Finals kicking off. The European Season 1 Finals here for Go4 Infinite Crisis. And we're going to find out who's going to be the victors, Dignitas or Na'Vi. And this will be the first game in this series here. And honestly, there's a lot of mixed thoughts on this one of who's going to actually win. Sue going for Na'Vi. Yeah. I'm going for Dignitas, to be honest.
I think I'm going to go for Na'Vi in this game.
I think I'm just about in general.
Oh,
I'm going for Dignitas,
okay.
but I definitely agree with you. I think Na'Vi has a better comp in this game. But then again, the one thing I found out is that comps really don't matter if you don't get to the point where you can actually use it correctly. Like if you're a late game comp and you are 0 for 20 at the beginning of the game, it won't really do too much. And look at this new rock.
Very true.
Do they have enough CC for it?
They're coming around here. He'll spot him. He'll spot him. Yeah, he'll see that camera go up in the stove pad there, but he doesn't mind. He's just chilling. Ooh, you see Sashka there, nearly locked in on him from above. Just left right at the right moment there.
Yeah, just barely. And
yep.
You can see Green Arrow just kind of spot them out over there.
Might see some level 1 fighting. Chris is actually still at base for Dignitas. Just left.
Jungle creatures.
It's interesting here because if they were going for like the health drop, or the early health pickup, then that'd be good to take away from Dignitas, who uses that tier 2 drop almost every time for Raider. But
we see here.
He's freaking me out with that like baton he's got swirling around the lights, man. But they will force him back. But still, it's a lot of camera control. They know exactly where Dr. Cox is going to be starting from. And they will be obviously able to kind of counteract that, maybe go for a little bit of countering on the bomb set. But one thing we're not seeing is something that's happened quite a bit here. We see the marksmen and supports take this camp on both sides for some like an early lead. And they're not really going for that just yet.
I haven't done that. One thing Na'Vi's done very well at the start here, they've actually got camera control inside the enemy jungle, so they can keep tabs onto Idrikox as he goes around the jungle, whereas they didn't get too many deep cameras in there into the enemy side from Dignitas. So I think it was a very good start by Na'Vi, and they're heading up to take that top EMP, I think. Eventually, once Shashka takes that small pack there.
Well, actually, will they see?
Oh yeah.
Dr. Cox coming up there. Looks like they will. Just going to get
level
stunned
2s here. He'd be a level 1. He could go down very quickly here.
It's going to take a lot of damage, and that instantly mitigates the potential for Na'Vi to contest this this EMP.
Yeah, Sashka's coming back. Very well played there by Dignitas. They got to the lane faster than Sashka could, and that means that they're going to be able to pick up that EMP. Very good start for the top lane there. Yeah,
now we just see if Sashka's going to head down the bottom. Looks like he has backed up, and he will be going for it here. So we're going to trade a 1-for-1 in that. And you can already see Na'Vi already have that lane pushed up as well here to kind of facilitate the taking of that. So we're going to start here out of both teams. A little bit of a different route coming out of them. Not that we've seen that really level 2 action happen too often in the top side. Usually both top laners are 2 by that point before the jungler does rotate back through. But in terms of Nightmare Batman versus Superman, you know, in the late matchup in general, which one are you really favoring in this?
They both tend to kind of drop off, I feel, in the late game in terms of damage. But I think Nightmare Bats just has a little bit more utility with his ultimate.
Yeah, very true. Especially
Superman can get to the fights, but in the actual fights, Jitsu's going to be able to lock down the high priority targets.
One thing also is the fact that Jitsu's going to have the harassing lane.
Idrikox has caught Sand and caught him just slipping on the side of the lane there, and he did some decent damage to him.
Taking on a half HP. Able to help pop that back up here. But Schlitzer on Joker, I mean, yeah, we might see some weird picks with the Robin and the Superman, but Schlitzer on Joker is just devastating.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic Joker player. I mean, he knows the area control of his abilities just so damn well. I mean, that baby bomb, when he uses it later on, if we see some Raider fights, it's so devastating. And the thing is, he doesn't use it just to kind of zone out. He uses it what he needs to actually zone out, so he doesn't waste it at all. And I'm going to see how exactly how he's going to be using that a little bit later on here. As you can see, Darky returning back to lane to help out Chris.
Pretty tame bot lane at the moment. We haven't touched on it just yet. It's pretty standard. I mean, both marksmen have an almost identical credit score, and same with the controllers as well.
Yeah, I'm not really expecting. Honestly, in every lane, I'm not really expecting any kills to come in unless the junglers are there. Like, there's just no way. I mean, obviously, Star Sapphire probably the easier one to gank in the mid lane. Easier one in general out of all these lanes, but still, I mean, she has a lot of damage. She has CC as well.
Yeah, her CC is pretty tricky to pull off in the right way. It's not the easiest CC to pull off, so I feel like she might be prioritized slightly from Idrikox.
Obviously, the man to watch out for in this game, as Sue pointed out earlier on. So far, been kind of quiet. Then again, it's fairly early on in this game so far, so I don't really expect anything different.
It's as expected from these two teams. They know each other so well, like you mentioned earlier, and they know exactly what's going on in the other team's head. So I think we won't really see really exciting action until the team fight. We know obviously there's going to be a radio focus at minute 8. One of the teams will go for it, so it's pretty interesting to see which team will have the upper edge just at that point. I think maybe Na'Vi has the better AoE team once they hit 6, so I think that the Raider fight might
Sander going down. And well, you called it. Going for Sander on that Star Sapphire, really kind of easy to gank here, but Dignitas again, being the playmaker, gets the kill, or helps secure it at least, and go over first Schlitzer. And that does open up a potential Raider right now, to be honest, but Sashka already up towards the top side. No really counter jungling here. And let's see if they will open the pod up. No, looks like they will just back away.
Yeah, Idrikox and Schlitzer, they're using the twin telepathy to telepathy. Telepathy. Yeah.
I didn't hear them say anything, so.
Yeah, I know. It's all through brainwaves. All through brainwaves.
I wish I had a twin.
That'd be awesome. There's a little fight going up top here. Jiu-Jitsu getting jumped on by Idrikox and Neurock. Good trade there in favor of Dignitas.
Yeah, if we look at sustain in terms of like a 2v2 skirmish on the top side, I would want to say that it's tricky. I want to say that Neurock and Dignitas should have a better trade in that one. Yeah. Just because Superman has a shield, and obviously Jutsu has the stealth, but has lifesteal, so it's kind of a little bit tricky in that sense. But as you can see, upon a lot of pressure here, MP will come up in a little bit of time. But again, early start here for Dignitas, a great start nonetheless. And I want to see how they're going to transition this year. And I really want to know the secret that you were mentioning that they told you about. Obviously not the whole secret, but they hinted at one.
I don't know if they can play it in this game. Maybe they're saving it for the next game.
What if it was mind games? What if they wanted you to say that? And then now he's like, we should watch out for that secret.
That would be cruel.
That would be. So here we go. Dignitas gonna hit 6 soon. It's a level ahead of Sashka, which is a good start here. You can see between the mid laners, equal level. Everything else is pretty much just perfectly equal here. And I feel like, Dignitas, if he ganks middle again, like if he punishes Sander, that's a lot of their CC that's going to be gone. Yeah. Like that's a lot of damage that they can mitigate or just completely keep out of the game.
Yeah, I think Sander's sort of caught onto Dignitas' fan leads, maybe shut him down, and he's playing very safe in the lane now. I mean, Schlitzer's kind of zoning him. He's just sitting behind a drone wave, and if he wants to move forward, Schlitzer will just clock him with a Q. And I'm sure Sander will be scared that Idrikox is waiting in the sidelines. Yeah,
definitely. Especially knows he was also holding middle. He knows he's really close to 6 at this point. So he's got to be very, very careful here. And you can see, he's about to hit it here, and Sashka now just hitting level 5. And honestly, we're pointing out the ultimates quite a bit here, but that's because they're going to be a huge factor in how these fights really go, and also who gets an early lead here. Obviously, good ultimate, or obviously the jungler hitting 6 before the other team can really make a gank happen a little bit early on and provide a lot more.
Coming in here into the middle here, cool Schlitzer there, and he's level 6.
They have backup though. Look at this. Dignitas is here. He has ultimate up, but the baby bomb. Not sure what that was going for.
Idrikox still going in here. He's not scared.
I think the Mr. Punchy landed on a Sashka, very low in HP. But again, that could potentially be raided because now they know he's back to base, or he's going to have to go back to base. They even have Darky up from the bottom lane here, and looks like they actually won't go for it just yet. They're looking for a kill on a Jutsu, maybe. We do have Dignitas heading up. But instead, you have to farm it up a little bit more here before they go for it.
Yeah. Seems pretty tame in the bot here, and it's just trading a little bit with Darky, actually.
I think one thing that we're seeing is the fact of both these teams realizing what's at stake here. I mean, there's a lot of pride between the teams. Like, there's a lot of money at stake as well, but the fact that, you've had DreamHack, where Dignitas came out 4-2, there's a lot of rivalry between the two teams. You don't want to be the team that loses against the other, because that's not going to be taken off your head for a long time until you have the ability to play them again at LAN here. Obviously, teams pretty good friends, but you know, both of them playing it very slow, playing it very cautious, and they want to get that early lead and just kind of maintain it from there.
Yeah, the thing is Dignitas have to keep winning these LAN events, but Na'Vi have their number on the online Go4 series, so if Na'Vi lose again, they'll just keep thinking, why can't we perform here? Why can't we do this at these LAN events? But we can do it when we're at home. You know? It's
a lot of
mental
questions.
battle.
Yeah, definitely is here. We have the gank come on top side. Just going to get pushed back. We'll have a lot of damage being taken here, but looks like he will get back to his turret here and be able to start for a little bit longer. He has teleport up, so he could return back to lane if he needs to, if he wants to go back. Again, no ultimates really being used except the Babe that we've seen so far. That was kind of a misclick.
Yeah, it was true. Obviously, we have the Raider open down bottom, and it's 9 minutes 30, so they made me look kind of a fool saying that there was definitely going to be a team fight at 8 minutes. So.
No, I mean, I was expecting the same thing. And the fact that you have Nurok who can get down bottom very, very quickly, then Sui's just teleport to get back top. I mean, there's all those possibilities. Or you can just teleport bottom and use ultimate in the fight here.
Yeah. And
Dignitas have always, you know, gone for these early Raiders. I mean, I think 10:30 was one of the latest ones we've seen out of them in terms of, you know, having an early Raider. But again, we're approaching that point here, and I think Dignitas are just waiting for that one kill. I mean, the thing is, it's not even like they're looking for the kill. Dodgecox is still just farming. Like, he's not trying to actively seek for a kill. Obviously, he has his ultimate, so he can, you know, join it if he wants to, no matter what. So it doesn't matter if he's farming up anyways. But I don't know. I mean, see Robin, he's trying to clear out some vision here. He's trying to keep vision as well towards the top side to make sure they can't be ganked. And honestly, it's really hard to kind of ward out against these two junglers who can just pop in from anywhere, basically, with their ultimates.
Yeah, very true. And it's not surprised to see Idrikox has gone to the Crime Bible earlier with that mod on that to give him an extra stack every 45 seconds. He's going to get really beefy if this game gets to the late game. And she can also do crazy damage. So
look at this bait. It's such a big bait bottom. Sasha's waiting here in that stealth pad, waiting to go in. Obviously knows there's no camera there. But they're not buying it. They haven't seen him in the longest of time, so they know he's somewhere waiting. He's lurking. He's waiting for that engage. And yet, with all lanes playing safe, they're not going to give that kill up. They already have first blood. They already have an assist as well under this.
Because they know they haven't seen him around, so they know that he's...
They know they have to know he's bottom now, because Dr. Cox is clearing the top side of the jungle. They have to know he's down here. I'm just waiting for it to kick off. Like, you can see Sashka wants to go. He's committed a lot of time down here during all this, and for him to not go in and kind of have a wasted gank, like, that's why he's still here, I feel. It's like, you know, I already waited this long, I got to make sure the gank happens, but eventually you just kind of have to give up.
He lost a lot of time there. He's going to get spotted, I think, running from that bot lane.
Oh, mid laner coming down bottom. Yeah, Dodgecox here as well. Camera is both in the Raider pit. And they're going to start off here, so here we go. Superman towards the top lane. EMP being dropped as well. They're going for Sasha straight on the Schlitzer here, but he's all by himself. Finally, the team has come in. It's going to be a 5-on-2 fight right now as Tavi might be the first to fall. Jutsu joins the party. Next ultimate comes in from Mecha. Wonder gets Tavi so low. Looks like he might go down for this one. He will fall, and the ultimate will be used out of him, but a little bit too late there. Sasha's going to be forced back. He's going to drop as well. Nurok, you saving the ultimate specifically for that. And you know what? The Raider, it's up. Dignitas get a good fight off of it, and they're going to pick themselves up the Raider and that early lead. Yeah,
beautifully played there by Dignitas. Started Sapphire actually joined the fight really late there, came down, and by the time she was even there, Tavi already died. So
yeah, the thing is, like, you see how quick the fight happened, and the time to react to that is so hard. It's so hard to be like, crap, I got to head down because the team fight broke off. I mean, you can kind of, you know, start to head there, but it was a great shove because what was it? Dodgecox ganked Sander middle, forced him back to the turret, shoved the lane, and then they went straight down for it because it was either you're going to miss a big wave or you're going to be here to fight.
Yeah, and he went for the wave and actually cost his team the fight and the Raider there. Nurok did exactly as you said. He teleported down and used his ultimate to pick off and finish off Sashka, which was a great pickup for them.
Yeah, we always talk about it being like an engage, but we never talk about it being a kill secure.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a chase with.
Yeah, it's a great finishing move, especially if you have good cameras like deep in the enemy jungle. It's great to finish off runners, the scragglers.
All right, now free agent pickup. Sander currently at 0-1 right now, 3,500 credits. So he's about 1,000 behind at this point.
Cox has jumped onto Sashka. He has a 2-level advantage, but Jiu-Jitsu maybe say something about it? No, Sashka actually takes a lot of damage.
Schlitzer needs some help here. Dodgecox coming in, looking for the kill on Jiu-Jitsu. He has so much damage because he's level 9 here. And Schlitzer going to get the Predator on top of him. Looks like he might survive this. So Sander getting very low in HP, and he might be able to turn around. Dodgecox actually just going to back off with Tavi join the party. But look at that. That was a 2v3, and yet Dignitas almost won that, just based off levels alone. And that was partially due to the whole fact of Sashka sitting bottom so damn long and not really getting anything off of it.
Yeah, as you can see, like in that skirmish, she's level 7 against level 9. That's a huge deficit, and I'm sure that Sashka's not happy with that.
Yeah, it's... See, that's why I hate being a jungler sometimes, is just the fact of if you do commit to something like that and nothing happens, you feel so behind. You feel so frustrated because you wasted so much time. Like obviously you have your own priorities. You have your own things you want to do. You want to be farming up. You want to be leveling, getting credits. You want to gank as much as you can. But when you have to take into account, you know, what does my mid laner need? What does my top laner need? What does my bottom laners need? You have to kind of judge what you want versus what they want or need and kind of choose to where to go from there. And most of the time, it's not going to be what you want.
Yeah, it looks like Dignitas are going to secure... I don't know who got that EMP up
that
there.
That was Dr. Cox definitely here.
Yeah, EMP on both sides.
Oh, bottom lane though, we see a gank coming in. Sashka ultimately going to come in. The disengage already came out of Darky. The Mech Warner is going to come in, but it's not going to be enough to pick up the kill on Sashka, so that will finally be Na'Vi picking up their first kill here. As Tavi's the man to do it, but now it's 1 against 3. And that was going to ultimate by Chris, but unfortunately Sashka just barely survived by the healing wave, I believe that was out of Endless.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Endless did pop the healing wave in that skirmish there. Darky dying on Robin, but having a good impact so far.
Yeah, he used his... Oh, actually, Chris might go down from this one as well. Looks like he will barely get away. He pops the shield. But it was a good attempt because he got the knockback or his ultimate off to spread them apart. But the thing was before Sashka used his ultimate to get right back in. So it's you can get rid of me once, but can he get rid of me twice? And obviously the answer is no.
Yeah, Darky's done really good play actually. He's pulled the Sword of Beowulf, which obviously gives attack damage and power armor. And he's got the mod on it, which when he takes power damage that puts him below 30% health, he gains a shield that lasts 5 seconds and blocks 400 power damage. Now that's really going to mitigate any executes or something like that from Sashka or Star Sapphire. I like what Darky's done there, because he's also going to do a bit of damage with that Sword of Beowulf.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, we've seen supports start to build a little bit more damage here or there to really be more useful in these fights, except, you know, Arcane Green Lantern, you just go like full tank, and you just can't die. Kind of thing, just go full utility, but either way, Nurok still can continue to show this top lane, has a health lead over Jutsu, and Jutsu building straight damage again this time. Not going for any tanky stats just yet. Let me actually just check. Yeah, he's basically not going for any tanky stats just yet, but he does have some attack armor and some mods and amplifiers there. But we'll see how this one goes again. And obviously, Raider will be coming up very, very soon, just about a minute's time. And I feel like that's the next big point of action again. That's the next big point where these teams are going to fight each other. Oh, Nurok coming in. Ooh. Goes straight for center. The Mr. Punchy will land, and there it is. Center's going to go down. Right there, 100%.
Idricok's picking up the kill there. It's now 2-0-2.
And that can open up a Raider here. Obviously, a little bit of time left to go on it. Let me just see the exact timer. 45 seconds to go. Looking for a turret here. Sashka trying to hold on. Endless coming in as well. There's still a 2-on-3 fight in favor here of Dignitas, as we do see Darky now joins a 4-man squad here. And Tavi now coming in, but I think he realizes how much I can do about that here just yet. But you can see, I like the move out of Na'Vi to head up towards this mid lane after that kill, just to be like, all right, we're showing some presence here. Yeah. You're not going to get a Raider for free just yet. We're still going to be around to contest it, so...
Yeah, I think Sanders is just going to be back in time anyway, even when that Raider does come up. If Dignitas do want to go for it, I think it might not be their best decision. But it doesn't go there because Cox and Nurok went back.
They're trying to head there as quick as they can, taking stuff to go. It looks like they might be their time. It looks like actually Schlitzer can use his ultimate to buy them time. But he's got to be careful because Chitsu's here. He has his ultimate ready. And they go Raider now live. Chris spotting them out. They have a camera in there as well. And this could be a big turning point. This could be Na'Vi actually falling very far behind if they don't get the correct engage off. And look at this. They're going straight into Schlitzer. He's going to get bursted down off of this one. Looks like he got the shield off, but he's going to take it out front of the Predator. He will fall. And that'll be 1 kill here for Na'Vi. And it looks like they continue the fight. Shazam goes straight in towards Darky in the backside. Looks like Darky will survive for a little bit longer. And now Schlitzer will get taken down. They're looking for another one here. That's Sander. He's able to actually get frozen down. He's going to get dropped here by Darky. I believe we picked up the kill. No, it's actually Nurok. Now they're looking for maybe a third. Jutsu's so low on life. He's going to fall as well here. Dignitas going to pick up 4 kills and only losing 1 man. And again, Na'Vi committed so many ultimates just to kill Schlitzer, the Predator. They used the Nightmare Batman ultimate. And yet, after that, it still took them so long that the rest of Dignitas were there and they had everything up.
Yeah, exactly. That was a huge fight by Dignitas there. I'm sure Na'Vi are devastated that they lost that because they're going to pick up their second Raider of the game. And yeah, 4 for 1, I believe it was in the end. 4 for 1, yeah. They just took down Schlitzer and they blowed everything to take him down. Wow.
And the thing is, we've seen just what can happen when you let one of these teams, whether it's Na'Vi or Dignitas, get a lead to get Raiders. They snowball. We have seen Na'Vi come back from this. I think one of the few teams I've ever seen pull back a comeback after the game starts snowballing against them. But with the pressure on, being this far behind now, I mean, 6.6 thousand credits, it's not the biggest in the world that we've seen. But it's definitely a good amount as you start to see items start to trickle in a little bit quicker to Dignitas' side. But can they catch them out with these Raider cameras, you know, being present to pick up some kills and really kind of turn the game around?
Yep. I think that it's just going to be quiet for a little bit now. I mean, Dignitas know they have a lead, they can happily farm, and I don't think Na'Vi are in any position to engage on Dignitas at the moment.
If they're going to, it's got to be like sneaky.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's the whole thing of, will you commit too much time? Because, you know, we saw, like I said, Sashka, you know, his bottom lane trying to gank that one over and over again, and it didn't work out for him. If they do that as a whole team, you know, think how many levels they'll fall behind.
Yeah, they placed the 2 defensive radar surveillance cameras here. Obviously, typical and standard, because if you put them too aggressively early in the game, they will obviously get picked off by the enemy jungle.
Yeah, just definitely don't put one here.
Yeah.
Like we saw earlier on, because that won't really benefit you too much. But either way, we have Dr. Cox on the top side here. We have Nurok there as well, still shoving the lane in the top turret. It's not very healthy. I believe his is fairly healthy as well.
Sashka's doing sneaky what he was doing before. Sitting in that bomb stealth pad, didn't pay off him before.
It's already 2 levels behind.
Yeah. It's actually 2 levels behind their marks as well.
And the thing is, it's like, yeah, he's 2 levels behind, but he's also pulling back his support and marksman. He's like keeping them behind too, because he's soaking up so much experience.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Well, camera gonna spot him out. Looks like they will go up the MP here. We do have Atomic Wonder Woman on the top side here, so Dr. Cox won't be here to contest it. Either way, you can see Dignitas trying to stop it potentially. See that will be secured. So Na'Vi able to get that one and have that available now for their next fight here. And in time middle, yeah, we saw the gank coming yet again onto Sander, but Nurok ultimate now gone. Dr. Cox as well. And that's one thing I didn't even think about, is the fact they have a 2-man gank squad with like the map-wide ultimates out of Superman and Atomic Wonder Woman. Didn't really think about that.
No, yeah, exactly. They have a crazy map presence, especially when the Raider fights. We already saw New York use his ult earlier to pick off the kill and guarantee the Raider. And they're using it very well. So I guess when we settled the picks and bans, we thought Na'Vi had the upper hand, but Dignitas knew what they were doing. Definitely.
And you can see Cook's down towards the bomb set, maybe trying to go for a little bit of a counter engage here, but obviously won't have the opportunity to. Get mid lane, about a 1,700 credit difference here. As items are just starting to trickle in further and further. You can see Starheart being picked up here for Schlitzer. And, you know, slowly but surely, it's like they're not trying to focus turrets down. They're not trying to get anything just yet, but the middle turret's already very low on HP. Yeah. I feel like they could, like next Raider, push middle, either get a kill or the turret, and then transition into a Raider after it. Like, there's just so many possibilities right now, and well, look at the turret actually now.
Yeah, they're going to take that down about now. Is that actually now?
This moment.
About now. Yeah, so that's the middle turret going towards Dignitas, pushing them to almost a 7k credit lead. And again, as Sue mentioned, and as we said it already, Idrikox, man of the match so far, involved in every single kill on the side of Dignitas.
Very true. And he's been definitely the big playmaker for them here so far. And his ultimate will be up in about 20 seconds, timed pretty well with Nurox, so I'll be surprised to see the actual fight break out very soon. You can see about 1:13 left to go on the Raider. And that's, well, with their ultimates up, you know, looking for something here. And they're looking for maybe Sashka here if he can force his ultimate. And we get the nice slows onto him. Nice Mitch punch, he comes in, and he's going to be forced to use it. So now, Dignitas is going to know that's not going to be available here for the next fight. That's going to give him a huge advantage. It's going to make it so he can't really engage anything. And all it's to do is prepare for the Raider, and they should be good.
Yeah, I mean, if they get the Raider as soon as it comes up, there's still going to be 15 seconds left on Sashka's ultimate. So, you know, I think if Dignitas play their cards right, they get the 3rd Raider of the game and then push their lead further in this first game of the best of 3 for the Season 1 finals.
Yeah, they're getting close to get the 10k lead as well, or at least approaching it pretty damn soon. Maybe that Raider will be the actual moment for it, you see. Now we have Dr. Cox heading down. Raider, 30 seconds to go. New York already heading down from the top side.
Yeah, here we go. I think we're going to have a big fight coming on our hands. Jussu's not going to be down in time. He doesn't have the teleport up.
But New York does.
Ah, and New York is backing, actually.
All right, so Raider. Here we go. This is the next big moment. Are Na'Vi going to contest? I feel like they almost need to, because the lead isn't that big that they can't win a fight. But if they let this Raider go, then it will be, I feel.
Yeah. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. There is about to be a massacre in the Raider pod. Jutsu's gone back up top, but he still has a huge cooldown on that teleport.
You ever wonder how the Raider feels about this situation? He's like, hey guys, I have friends finally. And then they just kill him. He's like, guys, there's parties. What are you doing? Let's just be friends. I'm all alone in here. It's dark. And then he just dies.
Well, there I was, bigging up a big team fight, but Na'Vi just let that slide, and they don't gain anything from it. I think Jutsu was going to maybe try and push for that top turret, but no. New York went back and he just ran back to lane.
I guess.
Yeah, he teleported, sorry. Oh no, he seemed to have countered it because he has a reduced cooldown on that.
I guess they might have gone with the mindset of, if we fight here and lose, that's going to be game.
Yeah.
If we give it up, there's still potential to come back.
Yeah, that's true.
I think maybe, I mean, I'm still thinking it's the whole fact of if they do give up that Raider, then they're going to be too far behind to really come back from it. Assuming that Dignitas doesn't make any mistakes, you know, to me, Infinite Crisis is more about who can make the least mistakes and who can capitalize on them the best. And if you're Dignitas and you don't make any, then you're looking at a first map victory here.
Yeah, I don't see Dignitas actually making too many mistakes in this game. Na'Vi, on the other hand, not had the best team fights, and I'm sure they know that. I'm sure they know that they haven't had the best team fights.
It's not like their ultimates have been bad or anything like that. It's just, well, they committed. The one fight that they lost really bad was the fight they killed Schlitzer. It was a 1-for-4.
Yeah.
But they used everything on him. And I don't know if they needed to. I mean, the Predator was a little bit overkill because it's like you need that AoE stun for the team. You need that AoE stun to stop Chris.
Oh, the dive going on top on Jitsu. They dropped the EMP. It looks like they're just gonna zone him out and take that turret for themselves.
Now they're ulting Schlitzer, but they're no straight for him. Schlitzer should be able to survive this one. Will be able to get the jump away, and they will pick up the kill. Naltrox is now ferocious here. You know what? They're going to pick up a top turret as well for their troubles. Mid turret's going to be under attack for a little bit. Then again, Nuak has a teleport down to get there if he wants to. And
they're
again,
pushing down bottom here. Na'Vi going to try and answer that top turret with another turret. Oh, very good dodge there by Chris, dodging a Shazam ultimate.
There's a teleport. Nuak coming in, looking for Sasha. They're going to pick up that kill. It's now 10-2 here. And Dignitas, they're on a rampage right now. They really are. You call it a massacre. It took a little bit longer than you expected, but they still got it nonetheless.
And I mean, that's classic, that tilt trait that we've been talking about today.
We haven't even mentioned that. I forgot about it. Go ahead.
Okay, it's because we haven't been able to see it today because Na'Vi have been so dominant. But now, as you see, they're a little bit behind, and Jitsu didn't want to lose his top turret. So what does he do? He goes in, he ults, he uses all of his stolen powers, loses his turret and dies.
He could have ran.
Could have ran. He could have survived. Yeah, he would have. Wouldn't have wasted any cooldowns. Would have just lost the turret. But instead, no, he wastes cooldown, gives over a kill, and loses the turret.
Well, right now, Na'Vi, they need to kind of focus, figure out what your next move is. And again, this is one thing I always praised Dignitas about, is the fact that they don't just make a play, they're making a play with the next move already in mind. Like, they're thinking always 1 or 2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Because the whole Raider thing they were doing of, you know, Raiders come from 30 seconds, so you know what? Let's make sure all of our ultimates up. Let's get a gank somewhere, kill someone, then do Raider. And then after Raider, let's transition to this. Like, they're always thinking about the next move. And, you know, you always wonder, I think Tavi might be the in-game caller for Na'Vi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe he is.
You know, it's a little bit easier to do as support, I guess, because you don't have too much to worry about, you know, in terms of the whole map. But if he's not on the same level as, I think Dr. Cox is the caller for Dignitas, maybe.
Yeah, I think he is. Or maybe perhaps, I think Darky maybe is in the team fights.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just, if you're not thinking about that next step, like if you can't think where Dignitas are thinking, then you're not really going to be able to really contest that and really kind of prevent any of these snowballs. And right now, hopefully for Navi's sake, they are kind of trying to stay calm, trying to stay focused. Schlitzer using his jump actually a little bit preemptive right there, and Sashka would come in. But again, Schlitzer, he's tanky. He's got the damage. I mean, he's 1-1-7. He's the only person on his team besides Darky that has a death.
Yeah. Notice how these teams know that the raid is so important. They only team fight around it. I mean, eventually they'll be forced. The winning team will be able to force team fights in places that the enemy team doesn't want to fight. So they have that going for them. And it looks like they might be pushing. No, they're not going to take this top turret. 3 of them are going to back off.
That's a good point. I think that kind of shows the state of the game in terms of how valuable the drops are. Like EMPs, like they're for diving, but they can still be used on the Raider. The health drops, the speed drops can always be used at the Raider because it's so necessary to make sure you secure some kills. And we do have a taunt runner going on to Sander here. We'll get a nice chain CC there, pulling Dutch Cox and Schlitzer together. But the Predator coming in looking good here. Dutch Cox might go down for this one. He's still tanking things up, trying to get away. Jutsu will ult him. We'll pick up the kill. And this is finally Na'Vi respawning a little bit. The Mega Wonder Woman ultimate coming in, not doing too much damage. And now Chris might fall from this one as well. Pops the bear. It will just barely be enough to keep him alive. And that will be Na'Vi coming out with the 1 kill and the 0 deaths. And that's something that they definitely need to get back into this one here. But they need to make sure they don't lose anyone else. As you see the turret already being taken down, already being dropped pretty low. You know what? Going in on a Sasha, still very tanky, has a lot of HP left.
Yep.
And you can see Darky off to the side, trying to harass, trying to keep him alive. And one thing he needs to be told, that's not your partner.
Yeah, very, very well played there actually by Na'Vi to come and respond to that middle push and pick up a kill onto Idrikox, who has been a menace in this game.
Was that cockiness, you think, out of Dignitas to go for that?
I think...
or just a good response in general?
I think the response time was really good. I think Dignitas maybe should have realized that they had... Because they backed off when Na'Vi all ran up top and they left that top turret. So they should have known that they could get to that middle turret really easily because they was already in that general area. So I don't know. Maybe a bit of cockiness, maybe a bit of a lack of concentration.
Maybe. I mean, they were winning, what, 10-2 at the time.
Exactly.
And as we can see, they have over 10,000 credit lead here. And
yeah, Raider's up now, and we have a little camera spotting Tavi going in, doing his...
Everyone's ultimates are down right now.
Yeah, they just used them in the team fight, so this would be a pretty interesting Raider fight. So they're not going to contest it.
Looks like they will give this one up for sure. You can see already Jutsu top lane. And we'll give up another one here. So 4 straight Raiders, another camera in the hands of Dignitas. And we're hitting that 29-minute mark here. And, you know, even with all these Raiders that are coming down, one thing that Navi's showing is the fact of, you know, if you're going to fight us, you're going to do it under a turret, and we're at least going to pick up one of you, and we're going to force something. And it looks like we have a top lane gank coming in by Dr. Cox and Nirok here looking for Jutsu, and he's already getting pretty low in life. Looks like he will get pushed a little bit away as well, and he will have even Darky join the fight here. He's like, I'm Robin, I'm helping, and Jutsu, he should fall from this one as Mr. Punchy comes in.
And Schlitzer coming in and poaching that kill with a beautiful Mr. Punchy. Not a very subtle surveillance camera that they put down next to the top drop pod, is it?
Of course, Schlitzer securing.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever used the word stealing because that was well placed, Mr. Punchy. But again, great job by them to catch him out. We're going to have a top turret as well. They have Nirok who's tanking up to do it. And that will be another turret. And again, unfortunately, you know, Na'Vi hasn't taken a single one yet. They haven't gotten a single global objective. So with all this static gold that's on the map, they haven't been able to pick up any of it. So like you look at it, it's like a 12,000 credit difference. But in reality, with 4 Raiders, 1, 2, 3 turrets, it's really more like, what, 6,000, 7,000?
Yeah,
maybe a little bit less than that?
Yeah. But I mean, will Na'Vi now even have the time to crawl themselves back in? This is a 13k lead in 30 minutes, and we know that Dignitas can close out games. We've seen firsthand.
Maybe they'll do it with Leviathan.
Oh,
if we'll be so lucky.
Hopefully, Jason. Hopefully.
I just wish they would unbox it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see it.
See it.
Hey, just have a gentleman's agreement to the team. They don't take it, but I just want to see it, you know?
Just let it be.
Let it be free. That's all it wants. It doesn't be trapped.
Schlitzer going to pick up that bottom EMP there. And
I think this is them gearing up for the push. Like if they get the top one, that's a, what, tier 2 EMP plus...
Exactly. That's 8 seconds, I believe, down on
Look at the drops they have. It's ridiculous. They've got like everything ready. And it's just waiting for that moment to, hey, all right, let's fight. Let's do this. I mean, they have ultimates up. They have pretty much everything available here for these fights. And this is Navi's time to shine. Like, this is their moment. If they can hold on and stop this, you know, full drops, full ultimates, full everything push, then they can have a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure exactly where this fight's going to take place. There's no Raider to fight over now, so I'm guessing it's going to be over probably Navi's middle turret.
But they won't fight over Leviathan.
It looks like they're actually, everyone's congregating down the bottom.
All right, let's see. Darky going in, getting ulted. Ooh, he gets completely bursted down. Look at all the ultimates committed. He's still alive, though. That's the big thing, and that will be now Nirok going in on a Jutsu here. And remember, turn this around, they committed so many ultimates yet again, like we saw before in Schlitzer, and they might get pushed completely out of this fight. You can see Dr. Cox able to pick up another kill. They're looking for Sander. You know what, he'll fall as well here. And again, you can't commit that much and still expect to really survive the fight. That's 4 kills for 1 death. Last man alive is Sasuke, the jungler. And
yeah,
I mean, if I was them, I'd be happy with that. Is the fact, again, they committed the Predator. They committed everything for a support. Yeah, he did actually get his ultimate off, so it didn't matter in the end. He still was able to use it. But you can't stop Schlitzer. You can't stop Chris. You can't stop Dr. Cox, who's already doing a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, I mean, Cox did amazingly there, actually, to shut down Endless. Endless did the best he could to escape that. He used both stolen powers, but Cox saved his double jump and caught up with him after he used the tumble, and then just finished him with a nice little smite.
Nirok gonna tank this up with the MP coming down. Now will be the first damper. Look at the time they still have, like 20 seconds to go. Yeah. They have time to go back, they have time to buy. They almost have a 20,000 credit lead here. And, well, Navi, even though they might have surrendered before in the Go4 monthlies, I don't think they're gonna do it here.
No, not in this land environment.
There is a point, though. There's a point in the game where it's like, is us continuing to play this, even though we're gonna lose, a detriment to our morale as a team? You know, like I've talked to teams before about this. You know, would you rather lose a 20-minute game with a surrender, or would you rather lose a 60-minute game where you made like one mistake that caused it? And they always say we'd rather lose a 20-minute surrender because at least from that one you can be like, oh, we completely messed up here, the game's over. If you last 60 minutes and you see that one person make that one mistake, you know, the team gets frustrated. They start yelling at you like, why did you do that then? Why didn't you come back? Why did you engage? And it can really kind of snowball the opposite way, not in a good way for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you snowball very far downhill if you lose a high-pressure game like this. Yeah, Na'Vi gonna need to regroup, I feel, after this game. I personally don't think they can come back from this, but you know, I've seen crazier things.
They shouldn't, unless Dignitas just completely like leave their computers right now and go outside for a quick smoke. I mean, I don't mean disrespect to Na'Vi, but I mean that's just kind of the state of the thing, the game right now. Dignitas have full control. They have 4 Raider cameras down, even getting aggressive and cheeky with this one up here. But if they get getting all the pickups and all the drops, like, can he come back from that?
Schlitzer did a great E over the wall there to just push Jitsu away from that top tower. I thought he was going to go all in by the way he just popped over the wall, but
yeah. I'm actually surprised. Like, so Dignitas, they're not letting Na'Vi get anything for free.
Nope.
Like, yeah, there was 1 free turret down here, but they're going to contest top, not let Jitsu pick that up. And with that, it's like, I mean, they could have gone for a 5-on-4 fight somewhere with EMP drops. Like, they had all that available, but they didn't do it. They're not trying to give anything away for free to get any sort of credit lead. And right now, Endless, dead.
Yeah, deleted.
Completely, and now
2
it's
ultimates put on him though, but I think it might be worth it for their main damage dealer.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, the ultimates that have been used out of Na'Vi to lock them down, like, yeah, they commit a lot, but they kill Darky, you know, the support. They've killed Schlitzer once before, but again, Dr. Cox is already so far ahead that he's a main threat they need to worry about as well, because he has the damage, he has the Lobo's Chain, he has the Heartseeker's Crossbow, he has everything he needs, and even the Crimson Bible in there. And now they're known for the push on the top of Damper. They have the middle one down, they shove the lane up as well, and they're looking for potentially a push onto the power core. And there we go, speed up coming in. And it looks like they're going for the fight here. Look how fast Sander's dying from this one. Shazam ultimate getting used, but it doesn't do that much damage right now. They're going to force him back. Soft's getting very low. We'll pop the Neurons contract, but he should drop immediately right after. And that will be now 2 kills coming in, sorry. And another dampener in the hands of Dignitas. And they're looking honestly unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, Darky did amazingly there to tank that turret. That Crime Bible, that early Crime Bible with that mod is really, really paying off for him. He's got a ton of health, and he can tank the turrets while the rest of his team clean up the team.
Yeah, that was smart itemization, like you're saying. Like just the fact that he didn't get first blood, but he got first assist. So it's like, why not build a little bit tanky right now? So then I'll be way tanky later on. And obviously you can see Jutsu, the last man standing here. Dignitas looking to close out the first game here with the first power turret going, or the power core turret going down. Number 2 soon to fall. Endless is back alive here, trying to do some good damage on a Neurok. He's actually forcing him back a little bit. But again, the shield's coming in. There we go, number 2 now falling, and they still have a lot of time left here. And maybe gonna go for a couple of cheeky kills onto Endless as he does get taken down. So Dignitas securing the first victory here, are now 1 map away from winning the grand finals of the Season 1